Okay, so now we will go into entering commands. I'm just gonna delete this so I just have a big command window. Um, so as I showed earlier, you can just add simple commands in like 3 plus 5, 3 minus 2, and generally MATLAB isn't too picky with its spaces and things like that. You can put in a few no spaces, some spaces, like let's see, that should still work. Um, so you get the idea of that. So it can just be used as a basic calculator. Also, you can create variables. So if you don't state explicitly like you want a equals 2 times 5, it will just store your answer from your calculations in this variable called ants, and it will rewrite over every time. So you have to be careful if you want to keep a result stored, and so you know it you have to say a equals something or create some variable. We'll go more into variable namings and stuff later, but just so you know that now. So then we run that, and it says a equals 10, perfect, stored a equals 10 over here. But there is a difference. So a difference between a equals 2 times 5 and then b equals 2 times 5 with a semicolon. So when you run it with a semicolon, that semicolon means like don't print out this result. It just took the answer from that and stored it in our workspace. Um, so if you want to see your results printed out right away, don't use your colon. But it can, as you can see, it can make your workspace very jumbled and hard to see what your actual code is and versus what your results are, which can be very confusing with when your code's really complex, like it can get in later applications or classes, research, stuff like that. The last thing for entering commands is you can use the up arrow to scroll through all your commands. And so even it stores commands from earlier that I've had different days and labels them. And so you just click them, enter, and it will rerun that. This can be especially helpful if you are like changing some variable. Like let's say there's this variable C that depends on A and B. So C equals 100. Let's say let's change B um, to 5. Um, you can just go back and simply recalculate C like that, and C changes.